Hey folks, it's Alex here at Hanksters, and we've got another gorgeous arrival here at the Homer City, Pennsylvania location. This is our 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe, and it's finished in a nice gloss gray color. This one does have the bright work around your windows here. Some of the trim on this has been blacked out, such as your door handles there and your side view mirrors. You got both a driver and passenger side view mirror, both a satin black finish on those. And all the bright work around your windows is in very good shape. It's all nice and straight. I don't see any dents or dings. You can see the door gaps front to back, nice and even on this car. You'll also notice it's got a satin black side stripe on the lower body. Got those nice 5-spoke wheels polished up. We'll go ahead and take a look at the interior on this car. You've got black on black. Front bucket seats. You do have a center console with cup holders and a nice aftermarket ratchet shifter there. That dash is in very good shape. You do have a set of aftermarket white face gauges in there. Carpet's in very good shape as well. This interior is very well put together. You can see the door jambs are in good shape. You've got all the rubber seals and bump stops. We'll come around to the rear of the car. You can look down the side of it and see it is nice and straight. Continuing with the blacked out theme, you do have satin black taillight bezels along with the satin black window trim on the rear glass. And that's all in pretty good shape there. The trunk lines up very well. You've got the chrome Mustang gas cap, so you got a little bit of chrome, a little bit of satin black finish on this car as far as the trim goes. Underside of your trunk is finished in that same gloss gray, and you'll find inside a nice set of original style floor mats and a full trunk mat here. And underneath that trunk mat, the trunk looks to be in very good shape. I see some dynamatting to help with the sound deadening, and we'll have pictures of that on the website there. Rubber seal is present, and it's nice and soft and flexible, and that shuts nice and easy. Looking down the passenger side, you can see it's nice and straight as well. All of our bright work on this side is in very good shape, just like on the driver's side. You do have body color drip rails as well, and those drip rails are nice and smooth. There's no bubbling behind them. You can see the gaps front to back of the door, nice and even on this side as well. Also got a nice aftermarket touchscreen radio there. It's got tons of features. Those will all be listed on the website. Coming around to the front of the vehicle, you'll see we have a blacked out bumper. We've got a pair of LED headlights. We've got a custom aftermarket grille that keeps the half chrome, half satin black theme going. Then you've got a fiberglass teardrop bubble hood, and that does have hood pins as well. That hood lines up really good. The windshield has the blacked out trim on it to match the rear glass, and that windshield is in excellent condition. Now let's take a look under the hood. Undo our hood pins. And you do have a prop rod on this one. And you'll see the underside of the hood is finished in a semi-gloss black, more of a flat black. Same with your engine bay, that's more of a flat black there. And for your powertrain, that is a 302 V8, and paired to it is a an AOD automatic transmission. Now, as far as upgrades go, you do have a nice strut tower brace here, along with this is your fender brace along with your strut tower braces, and that'll all tie in to help make the chassis nice and stiff and good for handling. You do have a Wilwood brake master cylinder tucked away in the corner there. And as far as your engine goes, you've got a Holley Sniper electronic fuel injection system, and that is complete with the Holley Sniper distributor and electronic ignition system as well. You do have air conditioning on this car. You do have a Weiand Stealth cast aluminum intake, a pair of block hugger style headers, some nice paint match to the body color valve covers, and some other things like a nice polished aluminum radiator with an aluminum fan shroud and an electric fan to help keep everything cool, and also a stainless steel overflow tank for that radiator. Overall, that's a very well put together engine bay. Everything's neat and tidy, tucked away real nice. Now that this exterior overview is finished up, I would also like to mention, as always, if you're looking to do any upgrades or make any changes to this vehicle or any of our other cars that are listed on the website, feel free to reach out to us and we'll get back to you with a quote on whatever you're looking to do. Also, the price that you see listed on the website for these cars, that does include our 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on the powertrain, along with enclosed shipping to the lower 48 states. Now we'll get this Mustang back on the lift and take a look at the underside. Now we've got the 66 Mustang back on our lift, we'll do an overview of the underside. Starting up front with our suspension, it's going to be mostly your factory standard stamped steel components. We do have a few upgrades to speak of. You do have an 1.25 inch front sway bar there, along with some pro-forged tie rod adjusters. And that sway bar up front, that'll just help with your handling throughout the turns overall. Now, as far as your brake system goes, you do have disc in the front, drum in the rear, and those are slotted discs from what I can see. So that'll help with your ventilation during hard braking. I also see a nice aftermarket aluminum radiator with an aluminum fan shroud and an electric puller fan, and that ought to help keep everything cool. As far as your powertrain goes, that's going to be a 302 Ford V8, and paired to it is a AOD automatic transmission. As I look at the engine and trans at this time, they're both free and clear of any drips or leaks. As these classics go, there's always a possibility of those things popping up, but this one is nice and dry at this time. Looking at the condition of our frame rails, our cross members, all of our cross bracing, everything is in fantastic shape. I don't see any evidence of any patches up here. The floor leading into the center of the vehicle looks great as well. You do have what appears to be like a chassis stiffener added in there. And you've also got some frame rail connectors here from Global West Suspension. Speaking of suspension, I did forget to mention we've got Bilstein shock absorbers both in the front and the rear. And for your exhaust, you've got a pair of block hugger style short length headers, and those are going to be 1.5 inch primary diameter. And that bolts up to a full dual 2.5 inch exhaust with a nice X-flow pipe in the middle there, and some turbo style mufflers in the back. Looking at our floors, they're in excellent shape. I don't see evidence of any floor patches. Your pinch welds and your rocker panels are both straight as an arrow on both sides. And there's no heavy undercoating on this car, so you can really see just how good of condition everything is in. As for your rear end, that is a 8-inch Ford, and it is a POSI unit with a 3:23 gear ratio. And as for your suspension in the rear, you're gonna have a upgraded set of leaf springs from the same brand as those frame connectors, the Global West suspension. You've got a nice set of leaf springs in the back, brand new from them, along with the leaf spring mounts and bushings. Those are all brand new as well. And like I said, you've got a pair of very high quality Bilstein shock absorbers, both in the front and rear of this car. And for your brakes in the rear, you do have drum. Looking at the condition of the floor leading into the rear of the car, into the trunk area, everything looks to be in very good shape. I don't see evidence of any patches back here either. Frame rails are solid and straight leading into the rear. And you can see that dual exhaust comes up and over the rear axle and exits with some nice flush tips to that rear valance there. Looking at the quarters as they come down, all nice and straight, crisp edges at the bottom. Same with your rear valance. Everything lines up very well on this car. Looking at the gas tank, also in very good shape. I don't see any dents or dings. It's very well preserved. Overall, the underside of this car is in very good condition. What we'll do now is lower it down and fire up that V8.